right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in to NorCal Sports Network. Another day, another victory for the San Francisco Giants. They win it tonight over the Seattle Mariners 4-1. We're going to have all the wrap-up for you, break down the game, talk about it. First, let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. You got yourself a personal injury situation, you need documents, hey, give Chapman Law Group a call. They are the people to call. Chapman Law Group, 415-613-9483. Hey, don't settle. If you got an injury situation, whether it's on the job or in an accident, auto accident, give Chapman Law Group a call. They can help you out. Tell them NorCal Sports Network sent you. All right, everybody. Another win. Hey, baby. 7-1. You know what? You know what, Johnny? I meant to do that before the show started. I got busy trying to get it going. Let me fix that. Earpiece got stuck here. Let's go to hear what's going on when Lou joins us. All right, guys. Just the second in the standings. There you go. There we go. You guys like that? Second, moved up to second place. Just right behind the Daggers, the Fodgers, the Fakers, whatever you want to call them. Watching a great NC2A game coming down to the end right now. Who'd that go? Oh, that went off flag, I think. 64-67. Let's see who touched that last. Oh, maybe it was Houston. Okay. Anyway, what a play, Richard. You're right. That play at third base to end the game, ridiculous. I didn't think out of the box he had a shot at him with Crawford coming from the left side. Unbelievable. Crawford was batting from the left. He's fast. It's a little chopper down to third, and he's running out of the box, and Chapman's charging, has to catch it on the run and throw in one motion twist and gets him by a half a step to end the ball game. How many times are we going to see that? We saw it a couple times last year. What a fantastic play that was. Lou is probably watching the end of the Duke-Houston game right now. And I'm watching it right here on my phone. There it is. Duke, 64-67. Duke leads Houston with 31.8 seconds to go. I was going to just wait till it ended, but you know what? We wanted to get on here. But this game tonight, guys, Giants 7-1. Now take over second place over. This is the kind of start you want. You don't want to be 4-3, 3-4. Whoa, Houston got it. They shoot up a three. No good. Rebound. Good. Oh, Houston turns it in. 67-66, 25 and a half seconds to go. Houston is pressing. I got it. Oh, my goodness. This is unbelievable. Duke trying to get it in. They trap the goal in the corner. gets it over the half court line. They foul with 20.3 seconds to go. Houston was within 1 point. Wow. I kind of want to see Houston win this game. Oh, if that three had gone down, but he slammed it back down the return. All right, guys, I will be back and forth on this. I'm going to get to you the Giants here. Let me give you the breakdown of this game tonight, and then we'll go over the box score. And this was a tremendous game for the Giants pitching wise. Robbie Ray, come on, give me the right box score, please. Keep hitting it, and it keeps coming up. Look, okay. You want to switch on me? That's what you want to do, ESPN, because the game's over. Fine. All right. So let's do a wrap up of the game here. First inning, Giants. Ray shuts down the. I shouldn't really say shuts him down. Robas led off with a single, and then Rodriguez struck out looking. Raleigh struck out swinging, and Rosarena grounded out to second. Giants come up one. Let's see. Wade had flied out. Adames walked, then he got caught stealing, and that was the end of that inning pretty much. In the second, Seattle sent up 1, 2, 3 players, and then Moore got picked off stealing second, which was good. Giants, no action in the second, no action in the third. We were scoreless until the bottom of the fourth when the Giants had Jung-Hoo Lee double with one out to right field, down the right field line. Then he steals third base, which was great to see. Then Chapman doubles to left and Lee scores. And Ramos flies to right, moving Chapman over to third. And then Yaz single to right, scoring Chapman, 2-0 Giants. Okay, 68-67. Houston took the lead. What happened? I wasn't looking, guys. I got to go back and hold on here. Let me go back and see what happened here. Hold on here. I got it. What the heck happened? Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Let me see. Oops. Hold on. Let me get this. All right. There's a timeout on the floor. Okay. So I must have missed the action here. Okay. Duke was shooting, leading 67-66, a one-on-one, missed it. Houston got the rebound, and they called a foul on Cooper Flag. Was that a foul? Let me look at that again. All right. You guys tell me if this is a foul on Flag. Maybe so. It looked like the rebound was coming to the Houston player. He gets fouled and makes both free throws. And and Houston now leads 68-67 with how much time left? 17 seconds to go. Hold on here. It went backwards on me. Sorry, guys. Okay, 68-67, 17.2 seconds. Bub Brad, hey, Dan, I'm starting to think Buster had way more to do with 21 than Farhan or Cap. Hey, I said that, Bub Brad. I said that's the only reason they won. Buster was the de facto leader of that club. No doubt about that. I agree 100% with you. Great signing by Chapman. I think it is a really good signing for 3 years. I don't know about the last 3 years, but I'm not even going to worry about that. Who cares? Let's get another. Let's get some excitement going for these next few years. All right, inbounding the ball, Duke. 17 seconds to go. They got the ball near half court. Passes it over to Cooper Flag. Flag drives, and he goes into the hoop. He pulls up with a shot. Short rebound, Houston. And they try to foul, and they do. They foul with 2.5 seconds to go. It looks like Houston might pull this off after being down by 9 with like 2 minutes to go. Wow. Flag drove. Being guarded. He was fouled in the shoulder there, but he never called it. And he pulled up and he was short. Houston grabbed the rebound. No foul on the shot, so it allowed him to get his shot. Okay. He did have him on the shoulder as he turned. Houston comes down with the rebound and 2.5 seconds to go. Now, 2 free throws to go. They got to make them both, and they go up by 3. Then Duke will have to hit a 3-point shot just to tie it, to send it into OT. What are we looking at? The refs. What is this? Every time the refs have to go to monitor for everything. All right. Sorry, guys. It's so much going on. This is a big game. This is semifinals for the national championship. But Giants score 2, as I mentioned, in the bottom of the 4th to go up 2-0. All right. Then in the 5th, a solo homer by Moore to straightaway center makes it 2-1. It remains 2-1 until the bottom of the 6th inning when Lee hits a ground rule double to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Chapman doubles to right down the right field line. Hold on. 3.7 seconds. Scoring Lee. Yaz walks. Flores singles. Chapman scores. It's 4-1. No further action the rest of the game as far as any scoring plays. But I thought Hayden Birdsong, guys, looked really good tonight. First free throw good by Houston. They're up by 2, 69-67, 3.7 seconds left. Yeah, I thought Birdsong looked fantastic. And I'll play I put it out on my tweet. I don't think I'll be able to play it on here because it's YouTube. But check out my Twitter. He makes both free throws. Duke does not have any timeouts left. 3.7 seconds to go. I'll bring it to you, the action. They're looking to inbound it. Houston's pressing. They throw a long full court pass. It's deflected. It's throws it up. A prayer. No good. Duke loses it. Houston comes back and wins it 70-67. We got a Houston and Florida final Monday night, everyone. That was a spectacular finish. Houston put the pressure on. Duke had not played any real tight games all year, and they were not able to pull it out as Houston played a lot of close games. Close games matter in basketball because you get conditioned to playing tough down the stretch. So we'll finish that off. That's done. We'll go back to Giants baseball. Let's see. What do we got in the chat here? Robbie Ray. I almost called Robert Rothberg. I called Rothberg Robbie Ray. Oops. What am I hitting there? Ray pitched like an all-star. I called Robert Rothberg. It's kind of close to Robbie Ray. RR. Hey, we'll just call you guys synonymous. You are RR. Giants 7-1. That's right. 7-1, baby, says Joe Schmo. Look at that, man. There they are, right behind the Dodgers. Dodgers are sitting, at 9-1? So the Dodgers have played 2 more games. Of course they have. They started early. Played 2 more games in Japan. So this is going to be an interesting year, guys. This could be, the place was packed again. Didn't it feel like it's starting to feel like Buster days again? Buster's got his imprint all over this. I think this pitching staff can remain. I think they will add pieces if they stay in this thing. It's still early. I'm not here to pour cold water on anything. I'm just going to tell you that it's a long season and they've got a very tough road trip coming, but let's finish this homestand off. Let's go for the sweep tomorrow. Let's go for the second consecutive sweep after they swept who the heck did they sweep? They opened with Cincinnati. Houston. Yeah. All right. Houston. So That's 6 wins in a row. They won the final game of the series against Cincinnati, won 3 in Houston, and now the first 2 at home. This team does, Max Milano, 161-1. Robert, do you agree with that? He says, never doubt this team. Robert, is that realistic for you? Do you like that record? 161-1. Yes, wouldn't that be sweet? Just go ahead and get Vladdy Jr. There we go. And then sign him to a monster contract. Hey, I'm calling on the phone right now. And imagine, hey, you want to take Bryce Eldridge and give us Vladdy as long as Vladdy's coming with a guaranteed 10-year contract or whatever? I do that deal. 160-2, Robert says. Okay, I can live with that. I think Robert might be on to something a little closer. Yeah. All right. Look, I said 86-76. I'm going to stick with it and hope for the better. I'm going to hope that it's 90 plus. Okay. But it's so early. They've only played 8 games. Things can turn and flip, but this is good to have a cushion, right? Very good to have a cushion of 7-1. You definitely want to be getting off to a great start because you have this really tough 10-game road trip coming up, and, put wins in the bank, right? Put them in the bank, because if you keep them in the bank and you lose 2 or 3, you're still in a good shape. So let's see this thing roll and keep going. Mark says, Dan Johnson not signing players that are going to have a plus $300 million contract. Probably not. Mark. So, but yes, we were just talking about that, Senior. I was given the play-by-play down the end. What were they up, like 9 with 2.5 minutes or something like that, and they lose by 3? Was it? You know what? I got to look that up. Was that like a 12-0 run or something close to it at the end? Before I do that, let me go back to the box score for the Giants. Jung-Hoo Lee tonight had a big night, and wouldn't you know it, I had him in my fantasy league, in my other league, and I dropped him after picking him up. That was dumb. Anyway, Jung-Hoo Lee, 3 for 4 tonight, hitting .321 on the early season. Chapman 2 for 4, hitting .310. Ramos goes 1 for 4. He's hitting .314. Yaz 1 for 1, hitting .333. Flores 2 for 4, hitting .250. Huff goes 0 for 2. He's still the only guy. He doesn't have a batting average. Bailey 0 for 2. Fitzgerald 0 for 3, hitting .167. So I wonder if Casey Schmidt gets a start tomorrow at second, or if they leave Fitzgerald in there just to get him some playing time. We'll see. Fitzgerald's struggling out of the gates, which is one of my fears for the club. But hey, they're playing solid defense, right? They had their first error yesterday, none again tonight. Lamont Wade was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. They only struck out 5 times, which is really nice to see. The only guys that really struck out were Wade twice, Flores and Huff once, and Fitzgerald 1 apiece. So big night. You get a big save from Ryan Walker, and no long balls for the Giants, but Jung-Hoo Lee had some nice hits, hit the ball hard, had a good exit velocity on his 3 hits, and that's kind of what you want to see. Pitching held up again. Robbie Ray goes 6, only 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 5 base on balls. That's the area he needs to cut down on. He threw 88 pitches. If he doesn't walk 5 guys and only walks 2, he probably can go a full 7 innings. But that's an extra 10, 12 or more pitches probably just walking those extra 3 guys. You could live with them walking 2 guys in 6 innings, but when you're walking almost a batter per inning, you're playing with fire there. Robbie Ray is he's got great stuff, but you got to put the ball over the plate. Yeah, Ibram, that over the back call was it was so close. You wonder if did he prevent the Houston guy from getting it clean? He looked like he had it. I don't know if he reached around and got all ball or if he pulled his shoulder back, which caused the ball to be deflected. I don't know. A little ticky-tack. I thought when Flagg was driving for the go-ahead score down with 10 seconds or so to go, I thought the defender grabbed his shoulder to pull him back, which he might have been looking to go to the hoop. Instead, he had to pull up and fade away. So, yeah, it's hard to say. But, yeah, Cooper Flagg is definitely legit, guys. Cooper Flagg is definitely legit. If you watched that ball game tonight, you got a chance to see a really good treat, because that one, the way that thing went down at the end of the game, I'll tell you what the score was. It was with 2:21 to go. It was, or actually 2:17 to go. Come on, what happened there? I'm looking at the with 2:17 to go, Cooper Flagg blocked a shot, went out of bounds. 2:17 to go. Duke was up 64-55. Then Houston got the rebound, I guess, on the block, and they made a layup with 2:05, cutting it to 7, 64-57. Duke turns it over on a steal by Houston. Houston comes down. There's a foul. They make it 64-58. And then basically, I'm not going to go through the rest of this, too much action, but Houston just kept coming and coming and coming. And Duke was outscored. It was 64-57, as I said. It was actually 64-55. 64-55. They were up 9. And they got outscored 15-3 in the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Wow. 15-3. Houston's the more athletic team, no doubt about it. I thought they were the better team going into this game personally. So I had Houston and winning this game, and I kind of thought Florida would win, was pulling for Auburn, but we'll see. It should be a good game Monday night. Should be a good game. But back to the Giants, guys. Giants are really, really playing really good ball, guys. Really good ball. They are doing everything correct. They're playing sound fundamental defense. Look, I think they have 4 potential Gold Glovers in this lineup. 4 potential out of 9 on the field. Okay. Let's call it 8. Let's not even count the pitcher because they pitch every 5th day. The 4 potential Gold Glovers on this team are obviously Patrick Bailey and Matt Chapman, who both won it last year. That's 2 Gold Glovers, okay, that you have in the lineup. And I think Jung-Hoo Lee is capable of being a Gold Glover, and Mike Yastrzemski, if he plays enough innings in right field, is a potential Gold Glove outfielder in right field. And I like Ramos playing every day in left. I don't like him being moved around, and just keep him. He's learning to really become a solid left fielder. He's getting used to that. Bub Red. Yep. Chapman, Bailey, Yaz, JHL. That's right. Those are the four. Those are the four that you have to look at and say these guys all potentially could win Gold Gloves. Yaz would be the one that would probably be the biggest one question mark, I would say, just because he may not get enough playing time to get that, but he's a heck of a fielder. And if he can hit, cut down on the Ks and hit 250, which he hasn't done in a long time, and hit you 18 to 20 homers, he becomes a valuable player. Where he doesn't become valuable if he's hitting 220 and striking out way too often. So we'll see how this goes. The Buster Posey factor is huge. It's playing a huge role in the resurgence of the Giants. This cannot be overlooked. Absolutely. It is huge. There is a, it's it really is huge. I mean, it's just so much bigger than we realize. He may not even make that many moves, but just the fact that the Giants have stability, guys. Look, this lineup is playing the same guys, which I love seeing. You're seeing every day the lineup is pretty much the same. It's the same 9 guys, except maybe first base changes a little bit. Right field may change a little bit. The biggest issue I see with this team is you got to get at bats for Luis Matos. You got to find a way not to stifle this kid's development. He is a really good hitter, and he's got to play more often. And the problem is you're not facing lefties very often, right? This is what is this going to be the 4th, 5th game? I mean, the last time they saw a lefty was Wednesday in Houston with Valdez. Prior to that, it was 2 righties, and then it was 2 lefties or 2 right-handers to open the series. Tomorrow, it's Byron Wu, another right-hander going tomorrow. And then if you want to get further into it, when you start looking at the schedule, you're going to see on Monday. Let me see what the Monday schedule looks like for the Giants. They're playing Cincinnati, Hunter Green, Logan Webb, another matchup of Hunter Green. So you've got the righty again on Monday. And then Tuesday, you're going to have the Giants face Nick Lodelo, a lefty. Okay, so it's basically the same series that we saw the opening 3 games. And then, they'll close out the series on Wednesday, and the homestand before they go on the road to be Nick Martinez and Justin Verlander. So then the Giants go on a huge road trip, starting with 3 in Yankee Stadium. And there, they're going to face more right-handed pitching. They're going to face Marcus Stroman on Friday, and on Saturday, they'll face Will Warren. And then Sunday, the Giants will face Rodon, the lefty. So you're getting about 25% of the time. And, you're going to have to figure something out with Matos. I don't know if what that means is just giving other guys a little bit of a rest one day and giving Matos a day to play. If it means putting Flores in at first base because you're facing a lefty. Well, Matos is going to play no matter what. If you just want to get Matos in at the DH and give Flores, hey, look, Wilmer Flores is starting to cool off a little bit, right? He's cooling off. He's not going to hit 30 home runs. Okay. If he does, more power to him and the Giants. I think Wilmer ends up between 20, maybe as high as 25. Okay. Hey guys, look at that. 110 people watching the show here right now. Only 65 likes. Let's get those likes up. If you guys would do that, that would be great. Go ahead and just hit the X on your phone or whatever you're watching on. Pops up, and then you see the little button there to push the like button, the little you know what? I could do that myself right now. Here. Let's open up NorCal Sports Network here on YouTube. And hey, there I am. Look. All right. There's the chat. So I'll hit this little X right over here in the right corner. And there's the like button. See the thumbs up. We got 74. Make that 70. There it is. I guess I already did it. Maybe. I don't know. I hit it and it would drop to 73. I don't remember doing it. Okay. 74. Let's get that up to 100, guys. Can we get it over 100? Let's see. So, oh, you know what? Lou's, I forgot. Lou's not watching basketball. He's in Augusta, Georgia. He's at the Masters. He had a flight early this morning. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Robert's Gators in this championship Monday night against the Houston, not the Rockets. What are they? The Houston, are they the Cougars? Aren't they the Cougars? The Florida Gators and the Houston Cougars, right? I think that's what they are. You see Hakeem Olajuwon there? I was watching the Giants game and the basketball, but I was, I probably missed. There's probably other guys there besides Olajuwon. Probably Clyde the Glide Drexler was probably there and others. But Duke killed RKS Snow's night, so he wants to focus on baseball. There we go. Yeah, tough if you're a Dookie. Yeah. But tomorrow, Giants go for the sweep. And you're going to have on the mound tomorrow will be Jordan Hicks, flamethrower, right? Jordan Hicks tomorrow. And that should be good. We have a minor league update show with we will have that about once a month. Cody and I have been in contact, and we haven't set the actual date yet for April, but we'll bring Cody on and he'll give us a minor league update about once a month. We won't be able to do it every Wednesday night. Cody's got a young family and he's got a lot of responsibilities he's got to deal with, so I will take the one night a month as really good. So yeah, Cody is great. He covers, he gives you a really good analysis of what's going on in the minor leagues with this current ball club as well. Look, guys, I like the idea that Hayden Birdsong was in there tonight, got some innings. The Giants have to get him in there, treat him like a regular reliever if they're not going to, they can't wait for the perfect situation to get him in the game. So this bullpen is really, really good, guys. I think the weakest link in the armor is Spencer Bivens. Would you guys agree with that? I mean, Spencer he can be good, but I think he's the one guy that to me is a guy that you probably want to use as more of a guy that if you need him to mop up some innings because maybe you're getting beat soundly, right? Maybe the starter gets knocked out early and you need a guy to eat up innings. That would be Bivens. I think Camilo, I would like to see Camilo stay in a role. I don't like Melvin using him one time in the sixth inning as he did the other day. And then we see him closing games. We see him in the seventh or eighth. I like Camilo where he's used to being more when the game's more on the line. I think he gets up for that a little bit more. I think just putting him in the middle, that's just my feel. I really love Randy Rodriguez. He's a guy that is really lights out, man. This guy is putting just closing innings out and just getting out of jams. Love to see what Randy Rodriguez is doing. And then, of course, you've got Rogers and Eric Miller, and then you've got, Duvall, and, of course, Ryan Walker. Walker pitched yesterday, did he not? Let me go back to yesterday's box score, guys. Tell me, did Walker pitch? I thought he did. Yesterday's game was so long, wasn't it? I mean, it was a 4-hour game, and it just seemed like it was never going to end. Hilarious stuff. Let me see the box score from yesterday. I thought Walker did pitch for the Giants. Yeah, everybody did except Birdsong. That's why he needed him tonight. Okay, so Walker and Rogers did not pitch tonight. Miller and Duvall did not pitch tonight. And Trevino did not pitch. This was big tonight. You got 6 innings out of Ray, and then 2 innings out of Birdsong. So that really saved the bullpen. So tomorrow, everybody's available to pitch except Ryan Walker. Very good to see. Yeah, everybody's available to pitch tomorrow. I would think Lou Trevino, he had 30 pitches, the most yesterday. He may not be available. Bivens threw 30 yesterday. I would think so. Tomorrow, you want to see Hicks go 6 at least. You want to get 6 out of, ideally, this is how it could go tomorrow. 6 innings for Hicks, 1 inning for Rogers, 1 inning for Miller, and then 1 for Duvall, if it's a closed situation. So, and Gators about to win the Natty, says Robert Boyd on Monday. A member for 8 months. Thank you for being a member, Robert. Hicks for 6. There we go. I like that. Hicks for 6. That could be the new slogan. Hicks for 6. Give us 6, Hicks. That's all we know. That's all we want. Hey, if he could give you 5 really good innings and he wears out, if that's all he's got, as long as he can get us through 5 with the lead, you're good with this bullpen. So, hey guys, did you guys happen to see the live I was doing with Larry Krueger yesterday? It was hilarious. All right. Absolutely hilarious. And let me play what he put out yesterday. We were doing a live stream on Larry's channel yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Check this out, guys, from Larry Krueger's show as I joined him yesterday. Let me see if I can get this. All right, hold on here. All right, here we go.
Maybe I should slam the beer now as a motivational thing. Should I slam it as a motivational?
Sure. You might not get a chance to slam it. Here we go, everybody. Look at this. Adamas is going to come through now because Larry has 3, 2, 1. Let's get the foam. Got to get the foam. There we go.
I did what I can do. I can do no more.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Hey! Here comes the throw.
Hey!
Willie
Oh!
Thomas.
Yes. Yes. Maybe I should slam the beer now.
One more time. This was
as
too
a
good.
motivational thing. Should I slam it as a motivational?
Sure. You might not get a chance to slam it. Here we go, everybody. Look at this. Adamas is going to come through now because Larry has 3, 2, 1. Let's get the foam. Got to get the foam. There we go.
I did what I can do. I can do no more.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Here comes the throw.
Hey!
Willie
Oh!
Thomas.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that was too good. That was too good. Yes. Hey, every Friday night, that's going to be fun. During the games, Larry will be doing a show on his channel with John Lund, and the name of the show is going to be called, let me see, what was the name of it again? I'll get it for you right now. It's called Bottom of the Pint, and they will be doing down and chugging beers for different things during the games. Okay. And then I will join Larry and John at some point later in the game and give a little bit of my intake on the game. And then they'll throw it over to NorCal Sports Network, and that'll be every Friday. So you're going to want to watch Larry and John Lund on the in-game lives on Friday, called Bottom of the Pint. Bottom of the Pint. Not the bottom of the ninth, but the bottom of the pint. And they'll be entertaining you for 2.5 hours or so. And yesterday was crazy. The longest game in years, a couple of years for the Giants, goes 4 hours. So we did a mock draft for the 49ers during the show. And, you know, John and Larry will have fun. But then again, after their show, we'll come right on over to NorCal Sports Network, and we'll give the post-game wrap-up of that particular game. So that's on Fridays, guys. So Friday, probably this coming Friday or I guess this next week, the Giants will be in New York, correct? Yankee Stadium? Yeah. So about a 4:00 start that way, and then we will take it right over right after Giants ball game, probably around 6:30 to 7:00 on Friday night. So should be fun every Friday night, and they'll have that road game, and then the following Friday they'll be at Anaheim, which will be more regular time. So a lot of fun coming up, and should be. And as the Giants are playing like this, it's going to be a fun season, guys. We're not here. Look, you guys heard me talk a lot about the Giants, right? The last couple of years, and get pretty. I was pretty adamant about how crappy a ball they were playing, and a lot of people gave me a hard time because I said this is a boring team. They're not going to be exciting. They're going to not score runs. I told you this year's going to be different, right? And really, what is the difference in this team? It's pretty much the same team with the exception of Adames, and you got Lee playing right now, and you've got Verlander. But what those guys bring besides their talents on the field is leadership, and Buster brings leadership. And so you have a team that was void of real leadership. This was a rudderless ship going out into the ocean to basically drown. Okay. Just imagine the clown Farhan running this team still this year. Okay. I don't even want to tell you how bad things would be, but we have direction now. I don't think Buster will, and Steph, how about this, guys? How about in the city of San Francisco? Buster brings the Giants back to prominence again. Do you get a Buster Posey, Steph Curry statue somewhere in the city, whether it's down between the Giants and the Warriors where they play down in that area, or you got, I mean, if Buster brings the Giants back to prominence where they are that again, I don't think you can say there's any more athletes in this century that have meant more to a city than Buster Posey and Steph Curry. Right? Hey, what do you I wasn't talking to you, Siri. What are you popping up for? I didn't say your name, did I? I heard something go, Steph Curry. I mean, to me, and I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your top 10 combination athletes leadership in the Bay Area since let's go from 1980. Okay. We could go back further, but we can go back and include Mays, but I've got Steph number one. Okay. Number one, not even close. Steph Curry. All around what he's done for a franchise, what he's done for the area, what he's means on and off the court. Steph Curry, number one. Number two, I'm going to go with Joe Montana. Okay. Number two, Joe Montana. Number three, I'm going to go Buster. Got one for the Warriors, one for the Niners, one for the Giants. Number four, I'm going Jerry Rice. Number four. Number five, I'm going Ronnie Lott. Okay. There's my top five since 1980. Okay. Those are my top five guys. Bonds. Yeah, but he didn't win a title, but Barry Bonds. That's right. Kind of forgot Barry. I'm if you want to go. Yeah, that's a good point, Payton. You got, I was thinking all these titles that what they meant. The city, you got to remember back in the 80s, the Niners were just dominant of the town. They were the talk of, they were on everything. Nobody was talking anything but Niners. Okay. They owned the Bay Area. Warriors were awful. Giants were sometimes good, a lot of times not good. The Niners were consistently just dominant from like 81 to mid 90s. So I'm going, I think I'm going to stick with that. I love Barry. Barry took over basically. I'll put Barry 6. We're going since 80. See, I'm not including Mays and McCovey and those guys because those were before the 80s. So I'm looking at the last 45 years. Even if I looked at the last 50 years, 75 to 25, last 50 years, Mays was gone. Okay, so I've got 6. I've got Barry. Barry. How about 7? Yeah, Barry could be top 5. But who are you going to put? Who are you going to take out? You going to take Lott out? Maybe take Lott out at 5 or Rice. All right, I'll flip that. I'll go with that. Let's go Barry 5. Jerry Rice was unbelievable, guys. 6, I'll go Ronnie Lott. 7 is I can go 7. I could go Timmy. He was a thing, right? Timmy Lincecum. He was something else for the Giants. He brought the Giants back to having a lot of fun. Steve Young. Yes. Steve Young. Definitely. Let's go Steve. Steve's been an ambassador for the Niners and for the Bay Area. Let's go 6, Lott, 7, Young, 8, Timmy, 9. We got a couple of Giants in there. We got 3. We got some Niners. Another Warrior. Would you go? Yeah, Mad Bum. Would you go Clay? Would you go Draymond in there? Rick Barry, he was a little before. I mean, at 75, the Warriors won the title, and Rick Barry was a thing. He didn't afterwards. Rick Barry was right in there, man. Chris Mullen, Dre Arias Sports. Yeah. Mad Bum. Man, that's tough when you get into. Mark says Barry or Mullen. Rick Barry or Mullen, yeah. I mean, recency bias, you take Chris Mullen because everybody's more familiar with Chris. I was 14 years old when the Warriors won their first championship in 75 with Rick Barry. It was incredible. He was incredible. I don't think you guys realize how good Rick Barry was. He was phenomenal. How do you guys like that right back there, guys? See that hat right? I'll be pointing. Wait, right up there. See it? Number 2. They're second. We moved them up. We moved them up from 4th. They're moving up. I haven't touched the other divisions yet, but I had to move the Giants up, man. Can we get into first before the homestand ends? That would be nice. Hey, if we win tomorrow, Dodgers lose to the Phillies, we'll be right. We'll be tied with them. So top 10 is tough. I don't think anybody can argue with. I guess you could argue if you want to argue Montana and Curry, but to me, Steph is the most amazing guy in the Bay Area. Somebody asked, I think it was, who are the most influential NBA players ever? Well, I got to go with, I think Larry Bird and Magic Johnson saved the NBA back in the late 70s and the 80s. The NBA was dead. Nobody was watching it. NBA finals were being on tape delay. You weren't even getting to see them live. And then all of a sudden, man, the Magic and Larry took their college rivalry into the NBA, and they both were dynamite. And the 80s was fantastic for the NBA. And so to me, those two guys were right at the top. And I put them together as one. They kind of came in together, and so I put them as one. MJ had to be the next most influential. And then as much as I can't stand the guy, LeBum was pretty influential because he came out of high school. Everybody was looking at him, and for 20 years, he's been the talk of the league, even though the league is probably going down because of some of people are getting tired of it. And Steph is, if you're talking about the 4 on Mount Rushmore, maybe you can find somebody else instead of LeBron, but Michael and Bird and Magic to me have to be on there, and Steph have to be on there without a doubt. None of those guys are interchangeable. So I mean, you could go with a European guy like Dirk Nowitzki, who, you could say, hey, Dirk was the first European real superstar to come over and, brought in a lot more great players from Europe. So there's that. But all kinds of lists that you can come up with. Worst guys of the Bay Area, Bub Rad says, who's the worst 10 of the Bay Area? Oh my gosh. Worst 10? Who I would put, if you want to just put sports figures at the worst, I got to put Farhan, maybe not just players, but just guys that are just awful for the Bay Area. Farhan to me is right up there at numero uno. Okay. That's how I think of that guy. Yeah. Mark Graves says Kobe. Yeah, Kobe was influential, but he kind of just took over Michael's. He just kept it going. I could put Kobe over LeBron just because Kobe was great. He was class dude. LeBron's no class LeBron. So I could go with Kobe. Oh, there you go. Worst athlete, maybe Jamarcus Russell. I mean, is Trey Lance going to go down on that list? I mean, he's a bust. Trey Lance is a bust. Wow. You could put a lot of quarterbacks on there, huh? How about Jim Drunkenmiller? Remember that pick, number 1 pick for the 49ers? That was a disaster. How'd you like to have a name like that? Drunkenmiller. Hey, Drunken. Jeez. Oh. I wouldn't put Jimmy G on that, Peyton. Nah, you can't put Jimmy G on the worst 10. Guy took you to a Super Bowl and a championship. Ryan Leaf, he wasn't Bay Area, though, Frank. Yeah, I heard Lance signed with the Chargers. Why would you sign with the Chargers? Why? You're never going to play. You're the 3rd string quarterback. I mean, Justin Herbert, who's their backup? Don't they have a decent backup? Oh, James Wiseman. Yeah, that was another bust. Hey, how many busts did we have all in like a 5-year period that were not just top number 1 picks of the Niners, Warriors, or Giants, but the top 3 picks in all of their sport? We had James Wiseman, the number 2 pick, Joey Bart, the number 2 pick, and Trey Lance, the number 3 pick. And if you want to throw in Solomon Thomas in there too, that's 4 busts in the top 3. 4 big bust. I mean, you can't miss that bad when you picking in the top 5 of the draft of your sport. Chris Washburn, he was somewhat of a bust. Yeah, he had he just didn't put it together. There was another guy that the Warriors, I thought, Joe Barry Carroll. How about that one? Back in the 80s, the Warriors had Robert Parrish. Traded him and the number 3 pick, I believe, to get the number 1 pick, and they drafted Joe Barry Carroll. They already had Robert Parrish, and who became the number 3 pick? Kevin McHale for Boston. So Boston ends up with McHale and Parrish, and the Warriors could have had that themselves. All they had to do is draft McHale. They already had Parrish, and the Warriors end up with Joe B. Carroll. Oh, my goodness. Talk about the franchise that was just run terribly. Wow. Oh, it's unbelievable. Giovanni Carmazzi. You know who they could have had, Philip? They passed on Tom Brady. They took Carmazzi. What round did they take? And that was Bill Walsh, by the way, guys. So even the greatest ones make mistakes. They passed on Tom Brady for Giovanni Carmazzi. Brady went in the 6th round. Didn't they get Carmazzi in the 5th or 6th round? 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. Yeah, could have had Tom Brady. Wow. Imagine going from Montana to Young to pretty much Brady a few years later. You had a little gap in there with Jeff Garcia, right? After Young retired with the concussions. Yeah, everybody missed Tom Brady. Exactly, Mark. But you would think that the guru himself, Bill Walsh, would have got that one. A guy from right there in your backyard that wanted to be a Niner was, you would have thought you would saw more in Tom Brady than you saw in Giovanni Carmazzi. Don't you think? I mean, that's where you had to get to know the dude, right? You had to get to know the fire in Brady's gut, man. So yeah. I don't know. What do you think are the top players? Los, my man, he making moves. What do you think are the Mark says, yeah, but he was helping running the show still, Mark. He was involved big time in the organization, Walsh. I think he wasn't he general manager or something close to that? President? Hold on, let me turn the air down in my house. It's getting a little warm in here. Hold on here. Remotely. Don't have to get up and go to the thermostat, right? 67 degrees and cloudy out there. We'll just turn that AC on right there. Yeah, Walsh was the GM, Philip says. I thought he was. Yeah, Walsh was the GM, so it was his pick. Love Bill Walsh, but man, that was not a good one for Bill. Like I said, even the greatest miss out. So if I told you the greatest of all time, just San Francisco, I'm not including New York Giants. No New York Giants. Let's start out at catcher, all right? And we'll go ourselves around the diamond. No doubt everybody says Buster, greatest all-time San Francisco Giants catcher. If anybody says anybody other than Buster, I'm going to have to give you a timeout, okay? There's no other catcher that it comes close, not even close. Okay, so first base, San Francisco Giant. I know a lot of you guys are going to go Will Clark automatically. I saw that, Los. I saw what you just did. Came right across. The old. There it is. Joba's run added Jordan Hicks and dropped Sean Burke. We see what you're doing, Los. We see what you're doing 2 minutes ago. There it is. All right, so first base, McCovey. I got to go with Willie Mack. He's a Hall of Famer, and I'm going to go a close second, Will Clark. I love Will, but Willie Mack. Second base, who are you going to go with? I'm going with Jeff Kent. All-time. Tito Fuentes was a heck of a second baseman for the Gigantes, but I'm going Jeff Kent. All right. Did you use Timu? Dan, you used Timu. It's a scam. Was Timu on my thing? I don't think I had a Timu up there, did I? Let's see. Oh, wow. Timo did send me something. They send me crap all the time. I just keep deleting it. I thought I hit stop for them. I'm sure I did. They continue to send crap. Jeff Kent, second base. Bub Rads is Bill Terry. We're going San Francisco Giants, Bub. Gotta listen, Bub. I don't know. Wasn't Bill Terry like in the early 1900s or something? Yeah. San Francisco, excluding New York. Not the New York Giants. Not the New York Giants. Okay, shortstop. You got some choices here at shortstop. You got Brandon Crawford. You got Rich Aurelia. You got Chris Spire. Those are the three in San Francisco that come to mind. Because of the defense and the championships, he's got two of them and no other shortstop has any. And he was a solid Gold Glover for years. I'm taking Brandon Crawford. Okay? Brandon Crawford Not going to argue me out of that one. All right. Third base. We've got some third basemen. Matt Chapman's only been here a year, but Matt Williams is my third baseman. Matt Williams. If you guys got a chance to see Matt Williams play from 87 on through like 94, 95, whenever or 97, 96, he left after the 96 season. I remember Hal Lanier, Robert, shortstop. Yep. I've got Matt Williams as my all-time third baseman. All right. Here's where it gets pretty easy. The next two. Left field, Barry. I don't even know. Even though there's probably been some other good left fielders, it's just Barry, okay? You don't even need to go any further. Center, it's Willie, okay? Now, right field. Some guys might think of Hunter Pence. There was a guy by the name of Barry Bonds, and there was a guy, not Barry, Bobby Bonds. There was Jack Clark. You know what? You could just pick three outfielders as far as I'm concerned. We don't have to go left field, center field. We'll just pick three outfielders. So it's Barry and Willie. And then you've got Bobby Bonds. You've got Jack Clark, who I love, number 22, right fielder. If you wanted to get really tricky, you could put Willie McCovey in the outfield and then get Orlando Cepeda or Will Clark in at first base. That's how many great players the San Francisco Giants have had. But my third outfielder for the San Francisco Giants, you guys are getting funny on me. Nate Scherholtz. Okay. Ellis Burks was good, but he's not an all-timer. Nor is Randy Wynn, Rock. Denard Span, good one, Griffin. I'm going to go with what Abel says. I thought, Bobby Bonds, I saw him come up as a rookie in 68, and he was dynamite. He was the first true 40-40 guy, but he ended up one short. He ended up with 39 homers and 43 stolen bases. He was he was a consistent 30-30 guy. Bobby Bonds was so talented. So I am going to go with Bobby and Barry and Willie. And they've had some other great outfielders. Maddox, Gary Matthews, the Sarge. I'm trying to think of some other guys, but there's many of them. There's many. Let's pick a DH. You got Will Clark available. You got Orlando Cepeda. Man, I'd be tempted to put Orlando at first base and put Willie in the outfield with Barry and Willie Mays, because 62 World Series, Willie McCovey was the left fielder. I might just do that. I might throw in, and that way I can get Will Clark in as my DH. How's that? How's that, guys? I knocked Bobby Bonds out. Super talented. But it's hard to take Bobby out. He was a heck of a leadoff man. Guy had speed. So talented. Man, I'm telling you, this San Francisco Giants, you're talking about one of the richest franchises. My Dodger fans listening to me right now in the chat, if we put an all-time team, Giants, San Francisco only, against LA, we clean your clock. Absolutely clean your clock at just about every position imaginable. The only place you would win is starting pitching. You would have a leg, a slight edge over us in starting pitching, because you could go 5 starters. You got, Koufax and Kershaw and Koufax, Kershaw, I don't know. Drysdale. You got some. No, Jimmy Ray Hart, he was excellent, but he doesn't take over from Matt Williams. Yeah, Matt Williams was a monster. Yeah, we got Kevin Mitchell that's out there. A lot of guys. You want me to do a Dodger one? I'll try and do a Dodger one if I can in my head here. All right, so let me give you my pitching staff for the Giants. Juan Marichal, my ace. Okay, ace. Juan Marichal. Gaylord Perry, 2 Hall of Famers in my rotation. I got Lincecum in there. Number 3. Number 4. Number 4. I guess I got to put Mad Bum. What he did in the 2014 World Series, I can never not put him in. He was unbelievable. I already have Timmy in there. He's number 3. Timmy's number 3 behind Marichal and Perry. Timmy, Mad Bum. Who's our 5th starter, guys? Who can be the Giants' all-time 5th starter? Who had good longevity, pitched well? Matt Cain. Cain was there. Yeah. Vida Blue. Yeah, let's go with Vida. I like that, Abel. Yeah, Abel's coming up with some good names. I love Vida. Let me go with Vida. Now we have 2 lefties. We have 3 righties and 2 lefties in there. All right. So we got Vida in there. He actually was good. Mike McCormick, he was pretty good. Lincecum, Mad Bum, Cain, and Vida. I already got all those guys in there, except no, it took Cain out. Took Kaner out. Let's go with our bullpen. Who's our closer? Is it Rod Beck? Is it Rob Nen? Is it it's not anybody current. They haven't been there doing it long enough. Is it Smoke on the Water Rob Nen? Is it Steve Bedrosian? No. Rod Beck was pretty darn good. Dave Dravecki was great. Friend of the show. Dave's been on here. I've had Dave on the show. Brian Wilson. For consistency, guys, I think I'm going to go. Beck was a closer for years, and Nen, if Nen didn't have that shoulder problem, man, we'd close out the Angels and win our first World Series in 2002. I kind of like Nen, but I like Beck too. Rod Beck. One of those two guys. All right. That's our team. Let's go with the Dodgers real quick. We got a few Dodger fans in here. Dodgers are going to go with Piazza at catcher, first base. You're probably going, I don't know, you taking Steve Garvey or you taking Freddie Freeman? Yeah, Rod Beck, rest in peace, Rod. He was great. Moonman Minton, that's right. Love Greg. Who Dodger fans? Who are you taking, Steve Garvey or Freddie Freeman? Freddie's better. Second base, who are the Dodgers taking at second base? Davey Lopes? They don't have a shortstop. They got Maury Wills. I guess you'd probably have to save Mookie Betts for the outfield because they don't have that great of outfielders either. No, Jackie didn't play in L.A. I said L.A., guys. Third base. Who's the third baseman for the Dodgers all time? Is it Ron Cey? Max Muncy? I think Ron Cey was better. Ron Cey. Left field? Who's the Dodgers? They don't have that great of outfielders. Reggie Smith? Center field? I guess you would put Betts out there somewhere. Pedro Guerrero. Dodgers have not had great outfielders like the Giants. Yeah, Dusty Baker, right, Philip? Yeah, Baker. Reggie Smith. I think Reggie was maybe better than Baker. I don't know. He's a switch hitter that can mash, Reggie Smith. Yeah, I guess you'd put Mookie Betts out in right field because they don't have, the LA Dodgers have not had, so maybe you go with an outfield of Baker, Reggie Smith, and Mookie Betts, something like that. They have not. Sean Green, yeah, he had one good year. Those roids helped him hit 49 homers, I think, right? I guess you might put Shohei in there, right? As your DH. There you go. Shohei would be their DH. Now, where the pitching comes in for the Dodgers, you got Drysdale and Koufax. Don Sutton was a great pitcher, a 300-game winner. Not too many 300-game winners in baseball anymore. Well, there probably never will be another 300-game winner. I don't think, the next guy that has a shot at 300 winners is Justin Verlander. But you won't have another 300. Yeah, you can put Fernando Valenzuela in there. How about third base? Didn't they have Adrian Beltre, the Dodgers? They had Beltre, right? You could put Beltre. Oh, and Joe Schmo just put it up there, just as I said it. You probably had already typed it, but it didn't come in until just as I said it, and then boom. So, yeah, you might want to go Beltre, but they don't have the position players that the Giants do, and yet they're pitching. They've had great pitching. Koufax, Drysdale, Fernando, Don Sutton, Bert Hooton, man, they've had others. They've had others that have been tough, especially on the Giants. So I think the Dodgers, and then the pitcher, their closer would be Kenley Jansen. I think the Dodgers get the edge at pitching, probably relieving too. They get the edge. I'd give them the edge on pitching. On catching, that's probably the closest. I mean, Buster and Piazza. Mike Piazza he wasn't the catcher that Buster was, but man, he mashed home runs, and he's in the Hall of Fame. I think he was doing roids though, just like several other guys. Yeah, Eric Gagne was a great reliever as well, but I don't think he was good as Kenley Jansen. Kenley was there consistent, but Piazza was, a great catcher. Giants get the edge at first base, second base, shortstop. I think Giants Crawford better than Maury Wills. Maury Wills was just a great base stealer. Third base, I'm still, Beltre. If you went with Beltre, you might have an argument Beltre over Matt Williams there. Beltre was is a Hall of Famer, right? So, yeah. But there you have it. Two great franchises, two of the winningest franchises ever. Dodgers have how many World Series championships do they have? They won one in 81. They won one in I'm talking in LA, okay? Not Brooklyn. Not counting the 55 Brooklyn. What was their first one in LA? They lost to the A's in 74. They lost to the Yankees in 77 and 78, right? Was their first one in 81, the strike season? Was that the first one? 88, they won in 88. They won in, that's right, 63 and 59. That's right. I forgot those two. 59 and 63. They'd only been here for 3 or 4 years. So they won 59, 65? Gosh, did they win? That's right, the 60. Hold on, let me look at that. They have a total of, got that. That's right. LA Dodgers World Series wins. The 55 doesn't count. They were in New York. So 59 and 63 and 65. 3, 81, 4, 88, 5, and 24, 6. So they've won 6 legitimate ones. And then if you want to count 2020, baseball does. I don't. They've got 6 real ones and a third of one, right? 60 games. That's a little. So I'll give them that one. 2020. Forget it. I'm not. That's just. Bah. So Giants have 3. But if you want to go this century, Giants have 3, Dodgers have 1, and a little, a little, what do they call that? A thimble in Monopoly? What was that little Monopoly little thing? You remember in Monopoly, you had the thimble and you had the little iron, instead of a car, I always took the car in Monopoly, right? I'm not playing with no stinking thimble or no little iron, running around a little iron. That's what I think of the Dodgers 2020. Little tiny, little fake, little piece of, flick it, boom, gone. Yeah. So, yeah, 81 was a strike tier 2. Exactly, senior. That's why I knew they were winning in 2020. I knew when that season went on strike and they were going to play, I says, this is the year the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. It just makes total sense for those clowns. Yeah. All right. Look, we love you, Dodger fans. We just don't like your team. Okay. We have nothing against the people that root for the Dodgers unless you're arrogant and come in here. We'll have fun with you. We'll BC. We'll have fun with all you guys and enjoy you being here. And we'll break bread together and that kind of stuff. But we're not we're not gonna enjoy your team. We're gonna, I think maybe, just maybe, the rivalry. Buster's bringing the rivalry back. Name all the Monopoly pieces. Oh, Mark, come on. How many are there? Are you talking about the Monopoly pieces that just the players, the little things you play with, or are you talking about all the pieces of the whole board? Like Boardwalk and Park Place, and I haven't played Monopoly in 10, 20 years. I don't know. What are the original pieces? I remember the thimble and the iron and the race car and the boot. That's all I can remember. Tell me what there else is. There's how many of them? 6, 7, 8? I think you can play 8 with Monopoly, right? I named 4. I've got the boot. I've got the thimble, the iron, and the race car. Can we get any more here? Monopoly is nice. Anybody go back to jail? Yeah. The dog. The dog. Who could forget the dog? Me. That's right. The dog. Oh, man. Wow. The dog. I got to look this up. I don't remember no battleship. I just looked it up. They're saying there was a battleship. Oh, the top hat. Yes, the top hat. I remember the hat. Now, the cannon. There was a cannon and a lantern and a battleship. Why don't I remember that? Man, I love playing Monopoly. That is just a fun game. It's a long game. You got to have patience. Philip Coppola says, I'm always the hat because that's what my last name means. Cool. All right. Sir Top Hat. All right. Bub Brad says, anytime. Oh, I love putting this stuff up. We burned Dodger baseball cards at my house with my kids. Last year, we burned all kinds of Freddie, Ohtani, Mookie, Yamamoto, etc. We burned a signed Yamamoto game jersey with a signature card. Wow, that's pretty good. Just make sure you let your kids know that you're having fun. We don't want anybody burning like real people. Like if he sees Freddie Freeman or Ohtani or Mookie down the street and he says like he wants to go burn them. We don't want that. Oh man. We definitely don't want that. But yes, Joe Schmo says that's hardcore. It's pure comedy. It's all in good fun, says Bub Red. I figured, yeah, that's as long as it's in fun and everybody knows. Yeah, because you know what? I'll be very honest with you guys. I hate the Dodgers, right? I actually, as a human being, I like Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. I don't know if you're a fan of the sport and you're a fan of people and you're a fan of, people overcoming adversity. I don't know how you cannot like Freddie Freeman. And, Mookie's just a great ambassador for the game of baseball. He's just fantastic as a guy, So they put the uniform on. Yeah. You can throw all the hatred as far as toward the team, all that. But, I don't think, I don't think you do yourself a good service to, you can hate the player in the uniform, right? And just really get down on the player and be against them, especially if they're, but I think you carry it too far when you say you really hate the person that is really a good person, a good guy. I get it, guys that are jerks, guys like Jose Canseco and guys that are just, dummies or dopes or whatever you want to call them, or wife beaters, or, people that are doing anything that are, that kind of stuff. I get it, what are we talking about, BC? Since Dan was born, LA, 12 NBA titles, 7 World Series, 2 Stanley, 2 Super Bowls, 3 Stanley Cups. All right, let's see if I don't know if I could top that. That's a lot. Since I was born, 5 Warriors NBA titles, 5 Super Bowls, that's 10, and 3, that's 13. What do you got? 19 and 5, 24. We got 13. How about roller derby? How about the Bay Bombers? Can we count roller derby? I think the Bay Bombers have 15 titles. And how about the is there any other things that we can get on LA? How about do we have anything else that we can count? MLS Cups. How about Little League? How about Little League championships, and how about ping pong city champions? I was the city champ in ping pong. How about that? Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So we got more stuff going on up in Northern California. Yeah. How about no? All right. So screw you guys in LA. You got more titles. Don't bring up college football either, Carlos. Yeah. All right. you got us there. You got us there. But you're saying 7 World Series. Let's see. 59, 63, 65, 81, 88. No, make that 6. Don't count that 2020, BC. Take it off. Do yourself a favor. Just take that off. You shouldn't count that. You shouldn't stoop so low. You can't tell me that any of those other titles. Now you count the 2020, you diminish the other ones. You diminish those. Okay? Those are not worth it. You shouldn't diminish it. You should just stand up and say, yeah, I don't even count that. I still have more. That's how you should take it. I'm not even counting 2020. I refuse to count it because it was such a fake season and it was, come on. Not counting it. All right, guys. Hour and a half I've gone. And that's right, Philip. Thank you for bringing up that. You can't count the bubble title either. Come on. Can't count the bubble title. Anytime you're playing in front of fake people and cardboard cutouts, and no, we're just not counting that. I'm going to go in my backyard and I'm going to, you know what? What can I do? What can I do here? How about let me look around the room and see if I go out in the backyard and I'll hit some balls over into my neighbor's yard and I'll put, you know what? I'll put that banner of the Warriors up there. I'll put the 49ers. I'll put that Golden State debate, the Golden Gate, and I'll put Andrew Wiggins. I'll take some of my hats and I'll just go stand in my backyard and I'll just pretend that these are my fans and I'll just start whacking tennis balls over the wall and into like 8 houses down, call it a home run, and all my props will be cheering for me, and I'll say, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm a legend in my own mind. That's it. Yeah, no, we're not counting 2020 season for the Lakers or the Dodgers. That's it. All right. It's official right here on NorCal Sports Network. You heard it. It doesn't count. All right. There we go. Thanks for all the comments in the chat. And we shall call it a night. Giants win again. Move to 7-1 on the short season. And they go for the sweep tomorrow. On the hill tomorrow will be Jordan Hicks going against Byron Wu. And Wu, a local kid from the Bay Area, he will be attempting to win in front of his family in town. And the Giants will be going for win number 7 in a row. 7 in a row. Can they do it? Let's see it happen. Marty Lurie, the great Marty Lurie, the other night predicted a 6-0 homestand on his show, which I was on last week. So we will see. That's right, Philip. LA sucks. It's all plastic. Absolutely. It's all plastic, and I have evidence of that. I do. Okay. Dodgers and Giants are only one loss. That's right. Giants and Dodgers are 16-2 between them. All right. Yeah, Wu is a Giants fan. Maybe he'll serve up a couple of Gophers tomorrow. Who's hitting a Gopher out tomorrow? I'm going to call it right here. I am calling for, how about Jung-Hoo Lee gets a hold of his first home run off the green metal, the aluminum, tink in right field. You know the little right field where you hit it up over the brick and it barely hits the metal. Down around the 309 sign, Jung-Hoo Lee hits it maybe a little bit further out, about 320, Jung-Hoo Lee tincture right off the green. All right. Philip says Yaz hits his first, maybe into the water. That might be good. And I am calling for how about a Patrick Bailey bomb tomorrow too? Calling a Patrick Bailey bomb. Tomorrow's bombs away day, all right? Bombs away day, as the ball should carry in the day. All right. That's calling bold pick that Jung-Hoo Lee hits one out. He's only going to get maybe like 7 all year, so maybe tomorrow is one of them. Matos home run. Mark Graves calls it. All right, here we go. We got Ramos. We got Wilmer a shot. We got Mart. Hey, look at. There's one for everybody tomorrow, right? There's one for everybody. Maybe Willie Adames gets his first tomorrow, right? There we go. Yeah, that would be fun. So we'll see. But we'll have it here for you tomorrow. Game time tomorrow should be a 1:10 game. Let's see. Let me just double check the game time tomorrow. Okay, hold on. MLB opening up. Here we go. Schedule tomorrow. Giants, Seattle, 1:05. All right, we'll be here tomorrow, roughly 3:30, 3:45-ish, if everything goes as a game usually goes. If it's opening day, who knows? We might come on at 4:30. And tomorrow night, we also have the Hot Corner at 8 o'clock. That'll be a fun show. Wrap up. We'll be on with Giant Sports Talk Live. The fellows over there, Eric and Glenn, will meet up on each channel tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. But we will join you tomorrow for Giants postgame at 3:30 to 3:45. Thanks for being here, guys. Love having you here. Let's hope we can move that Giants hat up a notch tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Last year's. I got to fix it for this year. Good night, everybody.